Hello, people of the internet. It is I, Gaber890, back again with another video. All right, so it's October and Halloween's coming up, so I felt like, it would only be appropriate that I talk about some of my favorite scary games. Some of them are actually some of my favorite games of all time. But before I get to the top 10, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a series that isn't considered horror, but I feel like, it's kind of borderline just as far as like atmosphere and like the theme of the game. I'm talking about the Metroid series, but particularly Metroid Dread, which I was able to pick up last Friday when it dropped, and I haven't finished it yet, but I just have to say it's an absolutely incredible game, and it just like falls right in line with all the previous Metroid titles. Just that alone, um, just incredible atmosphere. So yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Uh, but actually, this one falls right into that category as well. Um, Not typically a horror series, Doom. But the third one, I feel like kind of was, because the lighting was obviously such a huge aspect of the game that, a lot of areas are dimly lit or not lit at all, and you just have demons spawning everywhere, scaring the heck out of you, and you're just fighting to survive. And I'll never forget when I found that file log that said, "Why did the idiots ship chainsaws to Mars?" And yeah, I had a good idea what I was going to encounter. And I'll never forget walking into that little room, and there's a red blinking light, and you peer into the crates, and there's the chainsaws, and then you hear one start up behind you, and then I proceeded to waste half my ammo just going crazy. Um, so yeah, I remember just back in the day, this used to really give me a lot of anxiety, like so much that even though I would have full health, full ammo, full armor, like I would just have to save and quit and like come back later because I was just so paranoid. Okay, up next we got The Evil Within 2. Now this was a tough battle because the original Evil Within is a phenomenal game that I thoroughly enjoyed. But the reason I picked the sequel is because I felt like it just took it to the next level. Just like bigger, longer, scarier, creepier, more areas to explore. And I'll never forget the Blue Lady, especially on the PS4, because her voice would come out of the speaker on the controller, and that would always give me a good jump. Okay, then we got Little Nightmares. Um, Absolutely incredible game. Like, as soon as I saw the trailer, I knew this was a game I was going to play. And I was not disappointed, luckily. Just everything about this game is just like it's just really creepy and mysterious, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, and the atmosphere is just absolutely incredible, and the music is hauntingly beautiful, and then the story, it's just one of those where it's like you have an idea, but it's like really vague, and you're just kind of trying to figure out what happened, and what the maw is. But yeah, anyways, phenomenal game. And the same can be said for its sequel, which dropped not too long ago, which I felt like was another worthy sequel that, just took everything to the next level. They had new areas, new bosses, new creepy music that's incredible, and just overall an awesome experience. Okay, I wasn't sure what I was gonna think of this game, but I'm a diehard of the series, and so there was no doubt I was gonna be picking it up. That's Resident Evil 7. Obviously, Capcom decided to pursue a first-person horror game, and they did a phenomenal job. I felt like this did an awesome job of blending modern Resident Evil with the classic Resident Evil. Like, it just brought back that horror and that unsettling feeling as you're exploring these, forgotten or dilapidated areas and running from Jack. Oh my gosh. or Marguerite. I'll never forget that encounter. And then also playing in VR was awesome. I certainly enjoyed that, and played all the DLC, and I had a great time with that. So yeah, Resident Evil 7. Right, and then we got Resident Evil 2. I was having a hard time deciding Resident Evil 2 or 3 remakes, because in my opinion they're both just like borderline perfect remakes. Like they got the old school style of Resident Evil, but obviously like just updated and made modern in a lot of ways. I gave this one the edge just because it's a bit longer and a bit more in depth. Um, but yeah, anyways, Resident Evil 2. Okay, another phenomenal series, and one that you really can't bring up horror without talking about. And that is Silent Hill. Silent Hill 3 definitely put me on edge. Because I wasn't trying to pick too many games from the Resident Evil series or the Silent Hill series, because they could just be on a list by themselves. But Silent Hill 3, I felt like really stood out to me because there was a lot more monsters. Um, Took a lot more ammo to take them down, and just like a lot more unsettling things. So yeah, this was definitely a phenomenal game, and one that I actually need to go back and play again soon. It's been a little while. All right, then we got Silent Hill 2. Um, which, I mean, not enough can be said. And one thing that I've talked about in previous videos is sometimes I struggle when I'm playing older games that I didn't grow up with, because there's games that everyone will rave about, and you're like, okay, now that I have the means to be able to check it out, I will do so. And then, because it's an older game, it can be a little harder to play due to the controls or the camera or, whatever the issue may be. And so it's hard to really appreciate some games unless you were there in the moment to understand. But I did not have that problem with Silent Hill 2. This was one that everyone was always like, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 2. Play it. So I finally did. I played the entire series from the first one, all the way up to, oh goodness. I'm totally spacing right now. Oh, it doesn't matter. Downpour. Goodness, sorry about that. Anyways, uh, but yeah, this one just like blew me away, and it was especially cool like playing it immediately following the first one, because this one they were just able to, up everything. The effects, the music, the atmosphere, just everything just like ran so much smoother because it was on a new system. But yeah, the story was incredible, and Pyramid Head just unforgettable. So yeah, anyways, this was a game that does not disappoint and has earned its spot as the number one Silent Hill game, in my opinion. Okay, back to Resident Evil. There's no way that I could make this list and not have Resident Evil Remake on there. Um, Man, I'm so glad that my brother like finally was like, dude, stop being a wuss, play the game, because it got me hooked on the entire series. Because I played this and absolutely loved it, like just everything about it, the mansion, the mystery, all the zombies, Lisa Trevor, all that goodness. And then I played 0, and then I tracked down 2, 3, Code Veronica, played 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a bunch of spin-offs. So yeah, anyways, but it all started with this one, and for good reason. All right, now wrapping us up, we got a very unique and incredible game, and that is Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. It makes me happy because I feel like as of late, this one is finally getting the attention it deserves. Because it was kind of always a hidden gem, because it was only on the GameCube and hasn't had a sequel, unfortunately. And Nintendo's just kind of kept it tucked in their catalog. Every time the sanity meter copyright comes up, they always renew it, and so there's always that hope, like, okay, are they finally going to do something with it? But unfortunately, they haven't yet. But that could change. But at least we have this like almost flawless gem to hold us over. But yeah, I actually just finished this game for like the, I don't know, sixth or seventh time last week. I just popped it in to play a couple chapters and then just played through the entire game. Because that's how good it is to me. Like, I can just play it over and over, and like it doesn't get old. And there's so many different sanity effects that can happen that like it just keeps it fresh. And it's just such a unique game and an awesome story. And like the atmosphere is absolutely incredible because obviously that's what a good horror game needs. So yeah, anyways, that's gonna wrap us up for some of my favorite horror games of all time. What are some of yours? What are some moments that really have stuck with you over the years that were just either unsettling or crazy or just scared the daylights out of you? I don't know. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around, and as always, have a good one.